The Weta. Anastostomatidae deanacrida. Endemic to New Zealand, the bug's name comes from the Maori Weta punga, meaning god of ugly things. At 5 inches, the size of a human hand, and weighing more than an adult sparrow, there's no denying that it lives up to its name. The local islanders call it the rat of New Zealand due to its notorious status as a pest. Trees, burrows, and even houses aren't safe from this vile monstrosity. No place in the entire island can escape the grip of its massive jaws. But despite being the closest thing to the demon on Earth, it's actually quite a harmless herbivore. Weta are related to grasshoppers, locusts, crickets, and other high-hopping bugs. However, their closest relatives are the king crickets and camel crickets of Southeast Asia. There are 5 species of Weta on the island. The first species, the giant Weta, is the largest. They move slowly and are fairly docile compared to the others. The second species, the cave Weta, are the smallest Weta in body mass. However, their long legs and antennae help them sense their dark surroundings. The third species, the ground Weta, mainly live in burrows created by past animals. They are known for their thin bodies and extremely long antennae, which they use to sense their way underground. The fourth species, the tusked Weta, are the most aggressive type. During mating season, they will spar with their tusks constantly for the attention of a female Weta. Finally, the tree Weta are the most common type. Often seen in the backyards of locals, they dig burrows in trees and stick their spiky legs out for protection. The anatomy of a Weta is similar to a cricket. However, they also have inner bones that keep their organs in place, creating a sort of endo-exoskeleton type structure. To latch into trees, Weta use special feet called tarsus. They have sticky padding called tarsomeres and sharp claws that easily dig into bark. This gives the Weta the ability to climb most surfaces with relative ease. Some Weta have gained interesting adaptations to survive. For example, during the cold summer, their bodies become 80% frozen and they quite literally die. Despite this, its cells do not freeze over due to a glycoprotein. When it becomes warmer in the fall, the Weta thaws out, fully alive and kicking. However, the most interesting example I found is that when being hunted, tusked Weta jump into nearby rivers and grip onto rocks below. This stops predators from getting to it, while also cloaking its smell and sound. They form air bubbles in their abdominal breathing holes, and use the extra air like a scuba tank. Through this method, Weta are able to stay underwater for 7 to 10 minutes while their predator passes by unaware. While annoying, Weta are still vital to New Zealand as they are primary consumers of the food web. They are also important to the islanders as they offer valuable profit for ecotourism in the region. Using the sturdy legs of a Weta as inspiration, someone created 3 joint stilts that could hold a person's weight, while still keeping them steady and secure. Even the pads of the feet were inspired by the grippy tarsus of the Weta, which kept the user from slipping on unstable terrain. The product was made for filmmaking and cosplaying triple-jointed or digitigrade animals such as horses, goats, or cat people. However, recently, the Weta has become endangered due to the effects of European colonization. On the ships to New Zealand, they brought cats, rats, and hogs along with them, which have decimated the Weta population. Purposeful and accidental forest fires caused by global warming and careless burning have also played a huge role, as they destroy the trees and bushes the Weta use to shelter itself. Thankfully, New Zealand as a country is extremely conservation-minded, and many locals help by creating Weta motels. These act as new living spaces for Weta, so it can protect itself from predators and other environmental dangers. I hope these fascinating bugs will keep on living as small supporters of our fragile world, as it was a joy to study them.